So this is where my sister stays in Denmark. It was my first time seeing like ice on the wood like that. It was pretty awesome. She has a beautiful home. I had to capture it. It was like so cinematic, and yeah, I was pretty fascinated by the ice. So outside the window, I can see just like this open land. It's pretty cold every morning. The houses were quite like spread far apart from each other, which made it nice and open and spacious. Every morning I'd be like woken up by Shiloh. He'd bark and get me to wake up from sleeping late. I really enjoyed sleeping late.
The day when we wanted to go on the boats, and the boats were all in lockdown. We were not allowed to go on boats. The boats were sleeping for winter time. So I was a little bit upset, but it's okay. And then before you know it, it's 4 o'clock in the morning and you're in a taxi on your way home. So yeah, that was that night. That was a good night. That was one crazy night.
This day we went for like a walk. We wanted to go and like look at the like big art stuff that was spread like kind of painted across the city. Can't remember which city this was or like which town this was, but yeah. And there's an ice rink like in the middle of the town. How dope is that? Isengard is basically like this Viking village. You're welcome to stay here for free. Guys or friends will meet up here and they will do Viking battle reenactments. It's pretty cool. They get some beers and they hang out, and when we were there they actually lifted like this big spotlight so they could practice in the dark because there's no power there, which is really awesome. I couldn't capture it because my battery died, but it was really nice to just see that in the moment. And yeah, that's where we stayed. We stayed in that little cottage. We had to make our own fire and keep warm. I didn't sleep too well. I had the most vivid dreams, but I thoroughly enjoyed my experience here.
got. That's our little cottage that we stayed in. It's these wooden platforms that you just put your sleeping bag on. And if you were clever, you would have brought a pillow. And then, there's this really cool like rock fireplace that you make a fire in. Ours, unfortunately, completely smoked us out.
It's pretty crazy that we're just so distracted by this noisy world, and there's nothing better than just sitting around a campfire with people you care about and talking nonsense and just having a good time. It was really, really beautiful. So on this day, my sister and I walked across this long beach to the tip of Denmark, where the Baltic Ocean and the North Sea kind of collide into each other. It's quite something to see. Very windy, there's sand everywhere, but I loved it. I really loved it.
So this was probably one of my best moments, being with Nikki on this moving sand dune. So this sand dune, it's moving. It's been moving for the last 15 meters per year. It's really nice being there and just having that view. You literally feel like you're in a desert, or somehow it feels like you're on the moon. Like it's just, you're really high up and you're on the tippy toe of this sand dune, and it's just the sand dune in the middle of nowhere. Oh, it's quite something.
Feel the energy of your father, energy of your mother. Feel the energy of your sister, energy of your brother. Feel the energy in your heart, energy in your soul, energy in your bones, and let your mind and spirit grow. Wow.
Here we are at the jetty. We went window bashing, my brother and I, and I think that day was actually when I was starting to get a bit sad, because I knew that we were running out of days and he was having to go home soon. But it was a special day because I was just walking with my brother, and sometimes that's the best thing in the whole wide world, is just to walk with your brother. Getting a bit teary right now, but it was a special day for me personally.
Since when is he such a swimmer? Let's get boys.
any newcomers that visit my sister in a new home, she might ask you to draw an elephant. I think it reminds her of South Africa. The process of heating up the house is you have to like go and get these wooden pellets, fill up the furnace, and it just burns it and keeps the house nice and warm. You have to do it quite regularly. That's Apple drinking water out of a glass, as she normally does. On my last day, I wanted to really go and steal this boat. Well, just kind of take it out for a little ride with my sister. I really enjoyed this experience with her. Just rowing down this little lake with her and singing, row, row, row your boat.
Row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream.
Wow, what a beautiful place this is. So beautiful. Till next time, love you, Stella and Deals.